All right, next up here on the Fantasy Flex is a segment that we call Elite Entries. It's where Sean and I dive into the PrizePicks app and compare our player projections to the props to build an entry. Sean, what's your first PrizePicks Elite Entry best bet for week 6?
I am going with Davis Mills over 185.5 passing yards. Now, this might be the last time you'll ever hear me taking a Davis Mills over, but I think this line's too good to be true. I'm projecting this closer to 210 passing yards. I mean, he just went off for 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks against the Patriots. So this Colt secondary is going to be a cakewalk as opposed to last week. I think he's going to be able to lean on Brandon Cooks heavily in this game. So I think he has a pretty high floor, and he's a good bet to go over 200 yards. So give me the over 185.5 passing yards for Davis Mills this week.
Yeah, I'm in the 220s with Mills as well. So like that one. For mine, first best bet for week 6, I'm going Washington quarterback Taylor Heinicke over 259.5 passing yards. The Chiefs have given up this number in 4 out of 5 games. The only one they didn't was Lamar, who shredded them for over 100 on the ground. And they are 31st in DVOA against the pass. Who is your second best bet, Sean, for week 6?
So my second pick is TJ Hockenson to go under 52.5 receiving yards against the Bengals. And I actually like TJ Hockenson in fantasy this week. He's my tight end 4. But this line's just too high. It's about 7 to 8 yards too high. You know, defenses have been putting extra attention on TJ Hockenson. He's arguably the best weapon in the Lions passing game. He's been playing through a knee injury, so he's playing less than 100%. So that could be kind of why he's been struggling of late. But, they've been able to lean on rookie Amon-Ra St. Brown heavily, and even, pass catching back DeAndre Swift. So I think they can lean on these two again this week at the expense of TJ Hockenson. Again, I still think Hawkinson's a great play in fantasy, but I'm projecting this closer to 44, 45 receiving yards. So give me the under 52.5 receiving yards for TJ Hockenson.
And I'll close it up going with Aaron Jones under 28.5 receiving yards. His median receiving yardage this season has been 14 yards. He's been at 26 or fewer receiving yards in 63% of his games, dating back to the start of last year. Chicago's top 8 in adjusted receiving yards allowed to back. So Aaron Jones under 28.5 receiving yards. That's our PrizePicks Elite Entry for today. As a recap, going with Davis Mills over 185.5 passing yards, Taylor Heinicke over 259.5 passing yards, TJ Hockenson under 52.5 receiving yards, and Aaron Jones under 28.5 receiving yards.